The ticket sales and ratings are booming higher and higher in recent times. It is undeniable that the WWE's ticket sales and ratings are booming higher and higher in recent times. The company is finally on a boom, which they had missed for so long. When WWE suffered from poor narratives, Vince's influence, not so decorative booking, the creative control went to Triple H's hands, which created a huge impact from this boom. As soon as Triple H started to enjoy full control, he signed a number of new talents into the main roster, gave existing superstars a push and altered the complete DNA of the company. As per speculations, if this new boom period hits right, it could overcome the boom of the Attitude Era, which adds more responsibilities on the shoulders of WWE superstars, as they are the reason behind the boom. By understanding the aura of the current roster, here are the top 10 superstars who are most responsible for WWE's new boom period. Number 10. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is one of the few talents who were handpicked by Vince McMahon, who he assumed to be the future of the company. Unfortunately, Drew failed to live up to the hype during his first run and was released from the company during the early 2010s. He transformed himself as a better wrestler by wrestling for independent circuits and other wrestling promotions. This made him a hottest free agent of the wrestling industry and was rehired by WWE. His second run seemed a greater improvement than his first reign, which made him one of the top heels in the company in the later 2010s. Drew got his first major push during the Royal Rumble 2020, where he won and main-evented WrestleMania 2020 to become WWE Champion for the first time. McIntyre became a face on the process and ran the COVID-19 Thunderdome era all alone, carrying the company on his shoulder. After the title got stripped from his waist and he moved to SmackDown, McIntyre was not given a great push and was booked on the losing side. There are multiple rumors around McIntyre's status and the creative dissatisfaction with the company during his absence. He finally showed up at the Money in the Bank live event in the UK and is back in action as a strong contender for the Intercontinental Championship. McIntyre is one of the top superstars responsible for the new boom of the company, where he is in a position to carry the company towards the top, similar to which he had done during the Thunderdome era. This new boom could witness Drew as the first person to dethrone Gunther, become Intercontinental Champion after a decade, and as a future World Heavyweight Champion. Number 9. Io Skye. The genius of the Skye is one of the rare female high flyers in the current WWE roster. Io Skye had a long run in NXT, where she was the NXT Women's Champion and NXT Tag Team Champion. She made her debut into the main roster last year at SummerSlam as a heel by teaming up with Bayley and Dakota Kai. It made an immediate impact in the women's division, which made her the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. As soon as the title got stripped off from their waist, Io was given a singles push by making her the Miss Money in the Bank on her debut MITB match. With a guaranteed championship contract, it is undeniable that she is the most responsible wrestler for the new of the company. On this new boom, Io Skye could be the possible WWE Women's Champion in the face of the SmackDown's women's division. Number 8. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the current undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, are one of the main reasons for the current boom, where they shook up and initiated the major storyline split up of the Bloodline. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn made their WWE debut almost at the same time, where they had a long history of love-hate relationship. Whether they stand together or against, they never failed to entertain the WWE Universe with a hard fight. Currently they are on the same page as one and are considered as one of the most celebrated tag team duos in the company. The reigning tag team champions had already proved their capabilities on the main roster by initiating the boom right from the beginning of the year. The prize fighter and the ultimate underdog should be given a substantial storyline to continue their responsibilities for the new boom. Number 7. Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is the most hated wrestler in WWE on the current roster. Dominic is one of the most heard names in WWE for a long time. Being the son of Rey Mysterio, Dominic has been involved in multiple storylines throughout the years. He evolved into a professional wrestler and made his professional wrestling debut in 2020. Since debut, he has been wrestling along with his father as a face in tag team matches. They had also won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship once and became the first ever father and son tag team champs of the company. Dominic turned heel at the Castle event in the United Kingdom by turning on Edge and his father to join the Judgment Day stable. Before joining the stable, Dom was under his father's shadow and considered as immature, but the heel turn had made him a man and additionally as the most hated person in WWE. Dom had evolved a lot by pulling up some major upsets and tough fights against top wrestlers. He is the main highlight of the stable and his on-screen pairing with Rhea Ripley made them the talk of the town. Dirty Dom won his first singles title recently by becoming the NXT North American Champion on his first reign. He set a record for main eventing all the 3 shows of the company in a championship match, which turned him to be one of the most responsible wrestlers of the company. Number 6. LA Knight. LA Knight is currently the most favorite wrestler in the company, with an ever-increasing fan base. The 40-year-old is the most recent sensation of the company, without being involved in much major feuds. LA Knight made his main roster debut in 2022 under the name Max Dupree as the manager of Maximum Male Model. Although he had a decent wrestling run in NXT, Vince wanted him to be a manager considering his age. But after Triple H took control of the creatives, he reinstated him as a wrestler and brought back the LA Knight name over Max Dupree. This is considered as one of the best decisions of the company. LA Knight is known for his charismatic persona, incredible talk skills and a decent wrestling skill, which resembles a character similar to The Rock. His fame is on the peak, which created a lot of expectations on him, making him one of the most responsible wrestlers of the new boom period. Number 5. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been carrying the company on his shoulders for almost a decade now. He has been the face of the company for so long since John Cena became a part-timer. He is considered as the GOAT of the company in the modern era, with a high-profile wrestling career and default championship spotlight. The Tribal Chief is the reigning WWE Universal Champion with a reign of over 50 days, being the longest reigning world champion of this era. He is the creator of this boom, setting a most successful storyline of the wrestling industry. Even if Roman Reigns held the championship for another 3 years, he would never disappoint the company and fans. It is undeniable that not only the company is in the boom, but also the Tribal Chief. Number 4. Gunther. When talking about the longest reigns, here is the second longest reigning champion of the current roster and longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the 21st century, Gunther. The Ring General is one of the greatest signees in WWE at present with a long undefeated streak. The mighty Austrian is yet to be pinned on the main roster, as he chopped everyone who stepped against him. Gunther at present adopts a villainous gimmick in the company, who humiliates his opponents without mercy. With only a year-old main roster career, he guarantees the boom to be everlasting. It is no doubt that the Austrian is one of the most dominant wrestlers in the company and a guaranteed future world champion. Number 3. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is the lone leader of the women's division with the most dominant wrestling style and extreme showcase of power. Rhea Ripley is the powerhouse of the women's division, who has a potential to slam male wrestlers with ease. The Eradicator was tied up with the main roster in 2020, where Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble and challenged Rhea for the NXT Women's Championship. She became the first woman to headline WrestleMania, defending the NXT Championship at WrestleMania. Rhea showcased her abilities in the match, but came up short by losing the title to Charlotte Flair. Ripley entered the Royal Rumble the next year, scored 7 eliminations and was eliminated at the last. Although she lost the Rumble, Rhea got a title shot to challenge Asuka at WrestleMania, where she became the Raw Women's Champion for the first time. She lost the championship 2 months later to Charlotte Flair and was not given the singles championship push. His rise came after turning heel and joining the Judgment Day, as she evolved as the most dominant women's wrestler of the company. Rhea is currently the World Women's Champion and is involved in multiple storylines of the Judgment Day, with a solid impact on matches. There is no doubt that Rhea is the lone responsible for the boom of the company. Number 2. Cody Rhodes. After the return of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes in 2022, Rhodes became the primary focus of the company. Cody evolved himself as a top wrestler during his absence from WWE, which hyped his return. Cody never failed to live up to the hype and has been delivering some of the high-profile tough fights in the company. Since his return, he has been focused on completing the story by winning a world title in WWE, which his father wasn't able to accomplish. But his path to glory was filled with obstacles, as he has been dealing with threats of fellow potential wrestlers such as Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar and the Bloodline. He was about to reach the gold at WrestleMania 39, but came short by a controversial finish. Despite the loss, he is one of the most favorite wrestlers in the business, gaining constant support wherever he goes. He carries a huge expectation among fans on his shoulder, his father's dream on his chest and the responsibilities on his mind. There ain't a doubt that Cody Rhodes is one of the few superstars responsible for the boom. Number 1. The Usos. Jimmy and Jey Uso have been wrestling for WWE since 2010 and they are one of the best tag teams of all time. The twins came from the renowned Anoa'i family of the Samoan wrestlers and are the sons of the Hall of Famer Rikishi. The Usos' transformation over the years has been mind-blowing. They have set various records on the tag team division and much more to come. They have won 8 tag team championships in WWE with 3 Raw tag team championships and 5 SmackDown tag team championships. They set the record for the longest tag team championship reign by holding the SmackDown tag team championship for 622 days. They are the first to unify both Raw and SmackDown tag team championship. The Usos took the tag team division to a whole new level by defending the tag team championship at the main event of WrestleMania 39, marking the first ever tag team championship match to headline WrestleMania. The Usos and their alignment with his cousin Roman Reigns and younger brother Solo Sikoa as the Bloodline is considered as one of the best faction in recent times, for which they have won multiple awards including Faction of the Year 2022. Ranked number 1 of the top 50 tag teams list by PW Insider 2022, Best Storyline of the Year and Tag Team of the Year in 2022 by ESPN, Feud of the Year by CBS Sports in 2020 for Jey vs. Roman Reigns feud. The Usos are undoubtedly the top WWE superstars responsible for the new boom period.